problem is the society we live in now is not going to allow any remake to be what it was. I mean, if you watch the movie, you'll notice that there's certain jokes, certain things that they just can't even say anymore.
Right.
Due to the fact that if they did, they'd get canceled instantly.
Right.
Yep.
And so it's so unfortunate because
It's soft.
it's soft. So, I mean, I feel bad for anybody that's trying to come out with any kind of movie because it's just flagrancy
yourself.
isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Hopefully we go back to that, but right? Because scary movies.
I just feel like for
the
a movie-
Wayans brother movies.
Yep.
You know, go
I feel
ahead.
like for a movie, you should be able to like just drop whatever you want to do because like people just view it as an artwork and like leave it alone.
Nah.
See,
But you can't.
But see, that's what he's so spot on because that's what bothers me. You have the option to watch the movie
Or not.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to let creators be creators, let them do what they want to do. If you don't want to consume it, that's on you.
Yeah.
I mean, if something's that bad, I'm not gonna sit there and waste 2 hours of my life.
So everybody in the world, I feel like, is a Karen.
Well, you know the answer to that?
Talk to me.
When the mob comes after you, you just say fuck off. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to cancel Joe Rogan. They try to cancel Joey Diaz. So if you don't know who Joey Diaz is, it's like
yeah.
he's this big Mexican dude who talks about
He with Rogan.
He talks about
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting head from midgets and I fucked this girl with no arm and just crazy ass dude, right? And they tried to cancel him. Like they said something that was like out of pocket, and they just left.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey Diaz like he retweeted somebody who was trying to cancel him. He was like, "Fuck you, eat a dick." Move on.
Right,
That's it.
right.
That's all that happens. If you have a fan base that fucks with you for what you do, so you have like your Joe Rogans of the world who his fans are not going to leave him. You have brilliant idiots.
Dude, look at
Chappelle,
Howard
people who-
Stern. Howard Stern's
Yeah.
been doing this shit for years.
All you have to do is not cave to the mob,
Right.
And you'll be all right. But what people do is they cave to the mob, and then when you say something and you get fucked up and people try to catch you, the worst thing you can do is apologize.
It's blood in the water.
Now they
Yeah.
got you.
It's blood in
And
the water, man.
apologizing isn't going to make the situation better. It's just going to make it, it's blood in the water. They're just going to smell it. So you got to tell people to fuck off. Like sometimes you say things and people don't disagree with you. Like, oh, it's not politically correct. It's not this and that. And it's like, dude.
The apology is what makes it worse too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you could tell it was scripted.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The PR person did that for him.
Right.
So it's like, hey man, just the Miles Leonard apology. I just read that today. He's like, I didn't even know what that word meant.
Yeah.
I hate when people say that
it was super scripted.
I hate when people say that.
He's
When
like,
you say, I
now
don't know what it
understand.
meant, but why would you use it then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't say nothing that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because you know how people used to be like, oh, that person said that word before.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because he tried to catch himself after
Yep.
it happened, and then he comes on and go, well, I don't even know what that word meant,
Yeah.
man. So
And
I apologize.
Now I know that it's
Yeah. The dope thing is how like Miami Heat and the NBA are handling it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually addressing the shit. So I think he got fined like $50,000, and I think he might be suspended.
he already hurt though, so he
No,
wasn't
he's
going
already
to play
been
this
like-
season.
Oh,
Yeah, he's already been
that's
like
true.
irrelevantly relevant.
Yeah, but
You know?
they
Well,
still-
no, he's
they
the
get-
one that didn't stand.
That's
during,
why I'm saying irrelevantly relevant.
I don't know what that means.
Well, he been doing stuff to make himself like relevant, but he ain't been doing shit on the court.
Maybe. I
So
mean,
basketball relevant.
Focus on your job,
Dude,
play basketball.
shut up and dribble, bro.
what?
Yeah.
Can I say that to a white guy?
No, because you can't.
Sure
you
you
won't say it
can.
to a black dude.
But they did.
They did, but we have a problem with it. So why would you turn around and say it? That's like you having a problem with somebody calling you a nigga, but then you turn around and call them something racist.
But I don't. No,
That doesn't.
stop it.
That doesn't make any
Stop it.
sense.
Stop it. Stop it. He's high on the weed that I produced. or
No.
whatever.
So explain your logic.
No, I'm just saying.
Explain,
bro.
yeah, if you want me to, if you want me to,
okay,
if you want me
okay.
to stop, explain your logic.
All right,
Move.
you-
Remember when we had to breathe
Yeah,
through?
hit the button.
It
Hit-
doesn't make
no,
no
mark the
fucking
button.
sense.
No, but I'm just saying, but like, so the white lady said that about LeBron.
Yeah.
It was out there. Now he can go out and say something and then like a false apology and be like, oh, by the way, I don't know what it meant. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm not gonna stand for this. I don't know what it means. So he can get away with stuff.
He didn't get away with it.
Why is he not?
He got fined, and they're dealing with it.
Okay, now he's got fined. But what does that mean?
So I don't understand. How is your logic to run to saying shut up and dribble? What does that have him? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you're back against the wall.
No, I'm not back
No,
against the
it's
wall.
not. I'm not even trying to back you.
No,
but it
it's
doesn't
not,
make any sense.
it's not
what you're
back
saying.
against the wall. I understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, he's got to deal with his repercussions, bro.
First
You
of
just
all,
can't
some
get away
people
with
don't
what he
even know
wants
what
to
you
say.
guys are referencing right now. We never actually said what happened and who said it.
Oh,
He said
Yeah,
Miles,
that's usually what we do.
Yeah. So Miles Leonard said He was streaming.
But be careful with what he said.
Yeah. He said
You can say it for
he
the
was like-
purposes of.
I won't say it, but he was saying
Let Io
fucking assholes, you fucking.
You say kike.
He said
Right.
that, which
Yeah.
is racial slur to Jewish
It's
people.
like nigger for Jews.
Yep.
Yeah,
And so-
basically.
and so that obviously, people are gonna throw that out. Oh, he said this, and so he got caught with it, and then he had to make an apology. But like you said, his PR, which every famous person,
I don't
their
feel like
PR
that's cancel culture though. That's racist.
That's racist.
But you know,
That's not
hold up.
cancel culture. That's saying a racial slur.
It's
Cancel culture is when you say an off color joke and people take it the wrong way.
Yeah, no, his was
When you're calling
racist.
a Jew a kike, that's racist.
yeah.
When you
Right.
call somebody a nigger,
Right.
that's racist. That's
And that's what I'm saying. I'm referencing.
That's
I'm
not cancel
referencing
culture,
some
right?
racist stuff
Yeah, that's
to
not cancel
him
culture.
in rhetoric.
but real talk, I never knew what that word meant until today. I
Yeah,
heard it more
that's
times
how-
today than I've ever heard it. So
No,
if
no.
How
we-
bad that word is.
That's
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. That's why if something like that actually happened where I said it, I would legitimately be like, I don't know, and then everybody would just assume. Granted, his apology was completely scripted. You could tell he knew what he was saying.
No.
But realistically, if I would have slipped up on a podcast one time and I said that, and y'all looked at me, I would be like, no, fam,
But
I don't know.
That's one of
No,
the words
yeah.
that you don't just slip up and say.
No, if you
have
say
to-
the word,
you
if you
know
say that
the
word,
word.
you know what it means.
You know
Because
what it
it's
means.
not in your vocab.
So like
Yeah,
for
exactly.
like an example, like cancel culture is like, oh, so we did some edibles and then eyes looking, looking Asian or something like that, right?
Yep.
That's a little, that's a joke maybe you could have told back in
cutting that out of
19.
here.
That's a joke you could have told like maybe 10 years ago. That's maybe something that people would find insensitive, but it's not the same as calling somebody like K word or N or sand N or
Dude.
wet, all that different stuff like that.
I had
right?
to
So
go
that's
and
be-
educate myself many moons ago. Like I grew up around all kinds of people, like African people, Asian people, white people, black people, everybody included, like United Nations almost. But at the same time, I always learned the bad words that you don't want to be called. White people, if they call me the N word, it's probably like fisticuffs. Asians, they got their own stuff like that. I'm not gonna say it, but obviously people probably, if you got the knowledge, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Vice versa for any other race. So I always like learn the stuff that you don't want to say.
Yeah.
Like if people are like if friends are joking with each other, what's gonna hurt you the most if I said that? So you don't joke about that. Like
Yeah.
everybody, no one ever touches family. Kind of things like that. So like those are the safe words. You
know
don't
what's
say
crazy?
those.
Yeah.
The bad words even sound like bad words because like
Yeah.
they're the words where so.
You never heard them.
I'm gonna say this. Okay, so I'm gonna use a couple of them, but when I say it, it's just gonna sound bad, right? So when you hear nigger,
Yeah.
now this word that I just learned today, kike, gook.
See, those are the words I was talking.
But I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like
yeah.
even when it comes out your mouth, you're like that doesn't even sound like a
Yeah.
natural word.
You gotta give
Right.
people. You gotta give people time to grow too. Like so, one thing I wouldn't like is if I was in high school, did I make gay jokes all the time? Everybody made gay
think gay
jokes.
people
Or
even made the gay
or
jokes.
you would say the F word. You would say this and this. Oh, stop being gay. Stop acting like this and this.
Yeah.
So like, what I don't like is when quarterback from Michigan State, when he was 14, he called somebody F word,
Yeah, that
FAG,
shit
right?
is
Like
whack.
that's
Yeah.
like that shit is whack.
Yeah.
And like there's time to evolve. So like maybe we're doing the podcast last week. We're talking about Instagram likes, and I'm like, oh, if you're liking a picture of the opposite sex, and I call myself, I'm like, oh yeah, also could be the same sex. So like you got to give yourself time to like update that language, and that's cool. But like I feel like some people like with the cancel culture shit, like they don't want to give you like any chance to evolve, and they want to like keep you stuck in like whatever views you used to have. Like I used to have different views about gay people 10, 15 years ago when I was in high school than I did now. Like when I was in high school, I wouldn't want to have caught myself hanging around gay people.
Right.
To be 100% honest with you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to be associated. But now I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
because I was a kid and my brain wasn't even fully formed, and I was culturally influenced to feel that way. So now you switch things up and things are different. But I feel like some people with the cancel culture thing, like the thing that I've learned about some of those people who are super into being politically correct in the cancel culture, they don't want a solution. They don't actually want you to update their language for it to be cool. They just want to fuck with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, that's what their only goal. So I see a lot of people who try to bend to their will, and I'm like, dude, they actually don't want any progress. Like they're just getting off on making you feel bad. And
I had
feel
this
wrong.
person call. I was at work. Person called and they was upset, right? But they went into the conversation not being upset. They asked me a question. I said, "Yeah, I can assist you. How can I help you?" Then they go on to yell and scream about something that they're upset at. And then I'm going, I don't understand what's going on. How can I help you? And her response is, I'm not here to get help. I'm here to, and she keeps complaining. I'm going, so what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point in time are you just going to be able to tell yourself, hey, man, help me help you, or let's help each other out versus just, no, you're wrong. I can't get drafted in 2021. If you pull up a tweet from me in 2012 when I was 12, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden now it's a problem.
Right.
Let somebody grow.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? When people are like, when it's cancel culture or if someone's debating about politics online, it's not the subject. People don't try to cancel other people because they're trying to cancel people. People don't argue over about politics and get in fights with people because they want to get in fights. They do it because they don't feel love. They do it because they hate their job. They do it because there's some deep insecurity inside of them, like that they can't just face on their own and like improve their own lives. So, like they gotta resort to that and like manifest that shit in their own way. It's like people who have like a mission for their life where they're trying to do this, and this, they're not trying to cancel anybody. No one who's fulfilled is trying to like go out of their way to do things like that. I know we were kind of beat a dead horse on that, but it's kind of fucked up how bad our society has gotten to where like people, if you think X, Y, and Z and someone else thinks a little bit to the left, to the right, it's like war. It's warfare.
Yeah. I'm okay with canceling like stuff like
K words. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, but if you're raised like and okay,
that country singer,
Morgan Wallen, like I literally had to delete all this shit off my phone.
Done.
Like
Completely done.
That's good. But if someone, like you said, they were 12 and they got into a fight because of this, and then years and years and years, they're 35 now. They haven't made.
If we had to cancel everybody, if we had to cancel every white person who sang the N word in a song when they were 14, we'd have to cancel every white person on planet Earth.
But do you discredit